Hello, mi gente, and welcome to Espanglish. What a week. There's a lot going on as always, but I want to talk about something that hasn't been talked about too much, and it's Trump's insane Michigan rally, especially when it comes to his crazy question about are there any Hispanics in the room? Let's listen.
Unemployment. Any Hispanics in the room? Hispanic? Nah, not so many. That's okay.
So, just that question itself, are there any Hispanics in the room? And then he's like, probably not so much. It's kind of goading the audience into a frenzy, if you will. And of course, they respond by booing, which tells you a lot already about the audience, how they feel about Hispanics, people like me, and probably many of the listeners out there of this podcast. But to have the president of the United States demean an entire group of people just to make a point about his wall. Actually, he talked about Kanye, how Kanye gets it, but I guess Hispanics don't get it. So he's trying to, pit African Americans against Hispanic once again. He loves the whole divide and conquer attitude. And it's worked for him. I mean, at least with the white population. It's not working for us. We kind of get where he's coming from, and we see right through it. But it's still offensive. It's still disheartening, especially the people there booing and people who still support him no matter what, who say he's not a racist, he's just misunderstood. For not being a racist, he's just said a lot of racist things, and he surrounds himself with a lot of racist people. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think there's enough evidence there to realize the fact that our president is a racist, and he is a bigot and a xenophobe. One of Trump's favorite things when he starts talking about race and immigration, of course, he's talking about crime, how, this myth of the undocumented immigrant who comes to, kill the white women and, rape them or whatever. This whole myth, it's been debunked by countless of people because it's exactly what it is. It's a lie. It's a myth. The New York Times actually has a study, or reported on the study, about this large-scale collaboration between 4 universities who looked at crime statistics from about 200 metropolitan areas over the past several decades, including New York and Miami, and they found that actually when there's no correlation between influx of immigration and violent crime. In fact, it's actually the opposite. The more immigrants there are there, the less violent crime there is. So it actually goes against what Trump is saying and, all this white supremacists in disguise. You cannot argue against hard facts. I mean, no logical person can. But Trump is not appealing to logic. He's appealing to fear and to bigotry inside people's hearts. So he'll pick out one case of a woman or somebody who got killed by an immigrant, whether undocumented or not, and he'll fixate on that and use that as a sample size or as an example of the entire immigrant population, which is just a lie. Of course, there's going to be criminals in any group, any race or ethnicity group, but doesn't mean that everybody else is, especially when hard facts show you the opposite. The study concludes, and I quote, "In general, the study's data suggests either that immigration has the effect of reducing average crime or that there is simply no relationship between the two, and of the 54 areas in the study where both grew were instances of coincidence, not cause and effect. This was a consistent pattern each decade from 1980 to 2016, with immigrant populations and crime failing to grow together." So I'll say it louder again for the people in the back. Immigrants are not criminals. We're here to work. We're here to just send money to our families back home in different countries, Cuba, Mexico, wherever. We're hard workers. And there's nothing wrong with being brown or black. Nothing wrong with speaking a different language. We're here because this country offers opportunities, or at least it used to. And I know it will again. Right now, there's just this wave of anti-immigrant sentiment instigated by a president, which makes it even more horrible and horrifying, really, for being a person, we're a minority. Being a person of color in this country right now, it's scary, to be honest, because you see this incidence, this resurgence of hate crimes all over the United States since Trump got elected. It's not a coincidence. It's driven by him, and he loves it. He really does. He still hasn't. He's tweeted about all this bunch of crap about Kanye and Dragon Energy and all this BS, but he hasn't mentioned as of yet the James Shaw Jr. who battled away the gun from this crazy dude who shot people of color and 3 African Americans and 1 Hispanic person at the Waffle House. Trump hasn't mentioned that. Why? Because it goes against, first of all, it goes against his NRA buddies, because this hero, he didn't have a gun on him. There's no good guy with a gun. He has 2 bare hands, and he wrestled the gun away. He saved lives, his life and the lives of others. And the perpetrator was a white dude. So that goes against Trump's entire narrative of this immigrant person attacking innocent civilians. Again, no mention from the president. I wonder why. Why is he so silent? When if there's a Muslim even suspected of attacking anybody, he goes on Twitter immediately. But if a white person commits a crime like this, a hate crime or just a mass murder, he'll either not say anything or he'll, delay a few days to say anything at all. Again, it's a clear and loud message to his followers. Then they get it. They really get it. And we all get it. We get that he's a white supremacist, that he's a racist. And this man does not deserve to be the most powerful man in this country. He needs Mueller to come get him already. And that's coming soon. I really hope so. Now, speaking of hate and racism, Florida House Speaker who's running for governor, Richard Corcoran, he released a campaign ad that's extremely racist. It has this, undocumented person in a hoodie shooting a gun and saying he's killed this white lady. But this guy spent $1.4 million with a fear-mongering ad talking about the killing or the shooting of this young lady, which the courts found to be an accident, actually. It wasn't intentional. Very sad, of course, that this young lady lost her life, but using this death, or any death, again, to paint a broad picture of the immigrant population of undocumented immigrants and immigrants overall, to as criminals, as people who come here to kill white women. It is horrifying. It's so racist. And Andrew Gillum was debating this man. Andrew Gillum's running for governor. He's the mayor of Tallahassee. And he hit around the money. Let's listen to what Gillum says, because Gillum, who's African-American himself, can see right through this BS.
A building. The speaker went even further. In his ad, he decided to outfit his version of an undocumented immigrant, or in his words, an illegal immigrant, in a hoodie, as if that point would be lost on any of us, in the same state where Trayvon Martin was killed.
So there you have it. This racist ad by a white candidate for governor, Richard Corcoran, features this young man killing this white woman. And the whole reason this guy spent so much money on this ad, because there's no other platform that Trump people are running on except fear-mongering and bashing of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is a private citizen. She's not running for anything. She's not running for office. But if you see any Republican race in the country, they're still talking about her. And the other thing they're talking about is immigration, how sanctuary cities, or how undocumented immigrants are come here to steal your wives and your jobs, or kill you, or kill your wives. This is not only is it racist, it is so transparent and obviously evil and race baiting. But I hope that the people, the younger people especially, who can see through this, when they go vote for governor, please, if you're in Florida, listen to me, campaign, contribute, and just go canvass for Andrew Gillum. Because people like Richard Corcoran and his racist message cannot be tolerated. We're in 2018. It is time to put an end to this racism and bigotry once and for all. We need to send a clear message to Trump and his cronies and people like him that we've had enough. That love and acceptance will win over hatred and fear. And we have to do this. And I'm counting on you guys to do it. So if you're in Florida, vote for Gillum. If you're anywhere else in this country, and there's an option between a racist person and a non-racist person, please choose the non-racist person, no matter what party you may have voted for in the past. Vote with your conscience, not your party line. It's not about winning or anybody else winning. This is about decency and humanity. And if you have any of that left in you, if you're not a white supremacist or a racist, stop supporting this president and his agenda and start coming to our side to be an ally. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for your support, and we'll talk again soon.